and it's a game changer. I just think it's ridiculous how well it comes out. Do it for 3 months, you do build some actual core foundations that don't just go astray straight after. Like these are literally completely built in me now.
Bill, do you want to introduce yourself, who you are, what do you do?
Yeah, so I am a director of a foreign exchange company based in Canary Wharf. Been running for about 4.5 years now. Still just got a partner, no kids yet, but yeah, relatively young, 28, so just on the grind really.
What was your motivation back then, for having a conversation?
Yeah, so really interesting to be fair. So I wasn't necessarily massively struggling, like I wasn't like depressed or anything like that, but I was struggling balancing my work life and personal life. And I found since starting the business 4 years ago, I basically was giving everything to the business and nothing to myself. So I see like my health drop off, obviously being lethargic 24/7, just not sleeping right, just being a bit of a lazy git. But the business was really well, and I always had this thought that maybe if I give too much to myself, the business will then slack. And then I always thought that was my main priority and what made me happy. But then I was just again struggling more and more, and then come across your page and your bio basically just hit the nail on the head perfectly with guys like me basically. So obviously what you specialize in, basically what I read just off the back was guys who are basically doing really well in business but suffering in their personal life. So obviously reached out to you, had a good chat. You basically just made it all completely clear what I need to do to basically get on track, and obviously that's when we kicked on. And yeah.
What would you say the big successes that you had from coming out the other end of the program?
So just being way more disciplined for one, just naturally getting in a habit of going to the gym at least 3 or 4 times a week. Whereas before you'd think, oh, that's just not enough. You've got to do it 7 days a week, when that's not true. We had this conversation so many times where sometimes you do get caught up in maybe too much work or maybe having a heavy weekend, and then you do need an extra day to recover. But then it's not about just going, right, I'll write the week off then and just give up. It's about just thinking, right, well, fuck it, let's get back on our high horse, get back to the gym. Even just doing little things like eating healthy throughout the day, even if you don't feel up to going for the gym, as long as you're being healthy throughout the day, eating really well, doing the meditation, reading some books. And like I say, just trying to lead by example rather than leading by example just in the workplace, and then the knock-on effect you'll have and the like how positive you'll feel off the back of it, even towards your girlfriend, your friends, your family. They're talking good words about you in other aspects, not just, oh, he makes good money, he's doing really well in business.
Yeah.
Which
yeah,
that goes so far, but you want people to say, oh, he's doing really well. Look how much weight he's lost. Look how fit he looks. You know what I mean? On a holiday, and cool, you've dropped some weight. That's a much way to feel, I think.
If someone was sat watching this, they were in a similar situation to you, like we chatted about a few months back, but maybe they're on the fence, they're not sure about a coach, they're a bit sort of wary about the whole process. Maybe they've never had a coach or anything like this in the past. What would you say to someone who's like kind of in your shoes previously and sitting on the fence?
I would say, well, I don't know anyone who's got their shit together that bad, who's not gone through this type of thing. I know a couple of guys who have gone through this sort of, including me now, that I was on the fence for ages. One of my really good mates who I'm actually seeing tonight, he's gone through these things. Like, he had a life coach for a few years, and he's always said to me, give it a go. And I was like, you get so like ego takes over and you think you don't need one, and you're completely fine on your own, where if I want to do it, I'll just do it off my own back. But honestly, I would recommend it to everyone and anyone just for 3 months of their life, because you do it for 3 months, you do build some actual core foundations that don't just go astray straight after. Like these are literally completely built in me now. At first, I was a bit, when we like in the first couple of weeks, you think, is this really going to work? You have your doubts, of course, but when you're like kicks in, you think, oh, I don't want this to end. You just like you start recommending it to your friends. You try and tell them what you're doing to try and get them to do it, because I feel like it makes you quite proud as well that you actually gone out your own way, taken on a coach, dropped all the ego again, can face up to again another man and another group of men and say, look, it's not all gravy, it's not all perfect, but we're doing some extra things now to get it on track. And then after that, if you still need some help, then of course go and get some more. But I think until that point where it does go completely astray, I just feel completely fine now. So I just recommend it to absolutely everyone and anyone, really. Even if you are at tip-top perform. Even you say to me, you still have coaches sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. I've got a coach. Like I said this, I think it says a lot of people. If you ever work with a coach that doesn't have a coach, they're a fraud because they don't believe in personal development. And there's levels, right? And a lot of the gents about getting some foundation and basics, but then after that, it's blue fucking sky. There's all sorts. We chatted about this as well, Billy. Like right now, it's so good, but in the future, I'm sure there might be more work we do together. And that's not about fixing. It's not always about fixing problems. It's about no. There's big shit I want to do here. Well, it's about helping you support into that. That's that next step as well. So no, that's I totally agree. I think I'm not going to say it because I'm a coach. Everyone should have a coach. It's not biased.
I've just listened to so many podcasts, and all top performers all have mentors in every aspect in their life, which is obviously coaches basically. So I would just recommend anyone, even if you're not smashing work life, if not, just get a coach just for 3 months and just see how it can change your perspective. Perception on everything, and it's a game changer. I just think it's ridiculous how well it comes out.
Awesome. Well, mate, Billy, thank you very much for your time, and thanks for that ringing endorsement. I really appreciate it. Hope anyone who's watching this has got a lot out of it. I think Billy's been really open and honest about his situation and giving you some good pearls of wisdom here from how we work and what we do. So, Billy, thank you for your time. It's much appreciated. For anyone else who's watching this, if you are interested in having a conversation or a chat with me, drop a note in the comments or send me a DM and we can have a chat. In the meantime, everyone have a great week. Billy, you're a legend. Thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it, mate. Take care and have a great week, guys. Thank you.